Natural and home remedies for muscle fatigue. A heavy feeling of listlessness in the limbs after a sprint or a workout is quite a common experience. Muscle fatigue happens in the most unanticipated times. You can never know that you have exercised more than that required by your body until a painful heaviness spreads through your limbs. It reduces the ability of the muscles to generate strength and stimulate a contraction, thus rendering the limbs ineffectual. And yes, the soreness is meant to stay for a good period of time. Muscle fatigue can be quite irksome. As said, a muscle fatigue takes its own time before healing, and the medication rarely, if at all, helps in strangling the heaviness completely. This article brings to you 10 ways to overcome muscle fatigue which should help to alleviate the lassitude if not erase it completely. Undisturbed sleep. People generally underestimate the wonders of sleep in the healing process because it is such an obvious phenomenon. What they oversee is that sleeping is necessary for all the vital actions that take place in the body. It is the best way to overcome muscle fatigue. A long, undisturbed sleep is analogous to fasting and is catabolic to muscle repair. However, one has to make sure that he does not eat before sleeping, otherwise protein synthesis takes place in the gastrointestinal tract where muscle is actually broken down to provide our stomach with amino acid. This decreases the ability of the muscles to repair. In men, especially, 60 to 70% of the growth hormone secretions are released during sleep, ensuring muscle building activity and treatment of fatigue. Sleep is, unarguably, the most natural and the most effective healer. Hot and cold shower. People who are habituated to taking cold showers straight after a workout session are generally less prone to muscle fatigue. This is because cold shower constricts the blood vessels in the muscles, thus preventing lactic acid formation. A shower is also helpful in offsetting a muscle fatigue. In fact, alternating between hot water and cold water in the shower is one of the most effective remedies for muscle fatigue. Analgesics and massage. Analgesic balms help to overcome the fatigue by directly impinging the sore region. Although there is very little scientific evidence that balms work, they generally provide immense relief. The balm shows better results if is used in conjunction with a massage of the fatigued muscle. Compression and approximation massage techniques generally show good results in the case of muscle fatigue. Take a swim. A fatigued muscle makes it almost impossible to go for a swim. Notwithstanding, if one still enters the pool, swimming can prove to be an unbelievable muscle relaxant and help reduce the fatigue. The regular movement of muscles against water stretches them out and reduces the heaviness in them. Epsom salt. Essential oils like eucalyptus come handy in reducing the soreness that emanates from muscle fatigue. Application of essential oils helps dilate the sore muscles, thereby making them more receptive to treatments. Epsom salts are also extremely effectual in overcoming a muscle fatigue. Epsom salts contain large amounts of magnesium that is absorbed through the skin. Magnesium promotes the repair of damaged muscles quicker than any other substance. Fresh or dried rosemary leaves also provide assistance in muscle repair. It can be easily absorbed through the skin, as such a wash made by boiling rosemary leaves in water can help relax the muscles and speed the healing process. Increase the intake of fluids. Drinking high amounts of water is perhaps the most ubiquitous manner of restoring the natural balances of the body. Its benefits are not overstated. It hydrates the muscles and loosens them up, leading to a quicker convalescence from the fatigue. It helps wash out the toxins and wastes that prevent the muscle from recovering from the spasm. Apply an ice pack. Applying ice has historically been an effective method for treating muscle fatigue. Application of ice to the sore muscle should be preceded by mild stretching. Stretching aids the muscle in release toxins, which when followed by an ice pack helps cool them down and expedite their repair. A method, commonly known as price, protection, rest, ice, compression, and elevation, is quite helpful. Only one precaution is required: Do not apply ice to bare skin or it may cause numbness and death of tissues. Juices, especially apple juice, should be taken at regular intervals. Studies have shown that apples contain polyphenols which are instrumental in enhancing muscular strength and fatigue resistance. Consuming milk is also important during muscle fatigue. Eat bananas. Eating bananas is perhaps the simplest way to maintain healthy muscles and keep muscle fatigue and spasms at bay. A banana smoothie is not just joy for the taste buds, but it also works wonders in overcoming a fatigue. Bananas are a good source of magnesium, which helps the body synthesize proteins and strengthens the muscles, preventing them from getting fatigued. Have amino acid-rich food. Consuming bodybuilding foods enhances the cell division activities in the body, thereby replacing the strained muscle tissues at a quicker pace. A regular diet of food rich in amino acids not only helps in overcoming the fatigue but also strengthens the muscles, inhibiting a spasm in the first place. Muesli in yogurt, lentils, beans and chicken should ideally be consumed. Head back to the gym. A mild exercise comprising basic stretching and jogging, after a round of workout, has proved to be effective in overcoming muscle fatigue. A workout session causes the muscles to wear down, consequently decreasing their oxygen supply. This leads to anaerobic respiration, causing the formation of lactic acid, which in turn causes the muscle fatigue.